welcome to Expat Living. Hanoi, the city for peace recognized by UNESCO, is well known to many for its green scenery. So how to keep the city this green and clean? Picking up trash and waste material on the streets and throw them into the trash can. Simple as it. Planting a tree when you have a chance. How about a huge pile of trash or a clogged storm drain? In this episode of Expat Living, we're gonna meet with an expat from the United States. His voluntary cleanup act has become the focus of the country's growing environmental movement. Even more, he has become something of a celebrity for what he has done.
A foreigner is cleaning up a trench packed by waste and rubbish, just by hand and with a few pieces of equipment. This uncommon scene has surprised many passers-by.
Lên trước chậu dọn hết nhưng mà lại có rác.
This part of the heavily polluted trench in Gozay district of Hanoi was the very first place that James Kendall started all his voluntary cleanup act in May 2016.
When we first started, I was the only person there. I started cleaning by myself, and then people on the street, they were just watching what we were doing. They stopped and said, hey, we want to help you too. So it kind of took off really quick.
Photos of James, joined by some other expats and a few Vietnamese volunteers, immersing themselves in the black, dirty water of this waste-packed canal in order to clean it out, immediately went viral and made headlines.
The main thing is the picture of me cleaning out the canal. Like, it just went viral. So after that, a lot of people saw what I was doing and they wanted to join.
James Kendall then founded a Keep Hanoi Clean volunteer group, which now has around 20 core members and about 8,500 members on his Facebook page. Cleaning up public gardens, canals, and drains are the group's tasks every weekend.
The big turning point right in the beginning was meeting the mayor, Nguyen Duc Chung, and then getting his support was just like amazing. If it wasn't for him and him supporting what we're doing, I really have to thank him a lot and the government for getting involved. Once the government got involved, it was just like boom, just exploded. Like everything was like a lot easier, we were a lot more effective. They would send people to help us out, so that was good. Equipment, all kinds of equipment.
Lac Chung Trent in Hai Ba Trung district, Hanoi. The water turns black and is unlikely to flow. Hanoi Sewerage and Drainage Company's Division 3 is in charge of cleaning up this area. However, this might not be an easy task for them since people living in this neighborhood seem to have not changed their habits when it comes to dumping rubbish into the trench. With the help of James, members from his group Keep Hanoi Clean, and local youth volunteers, Hanoi Sewerage and Drainage Company cleanup tasks today seems to speed up a lot.
So it's obvious to see that there's environmental problem issues at this storm drain, and American James Kendall has decided to get his hand dirty and do something about this. We can see that a foreigner has come here, do everything he can to keep the cities clean, so why cannot we do the same thing? So James, please share with us what are you doing, and can I help?
Oh yeah, so there's a lot of, you gotta be careful.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, I guess it's it's kind of a mixture of, I think, waste and trash.
Yeah.
Like human waste, I think.
Can you explain more about like situation here?
This water's black. You can see it's black.
Yeah.
The reason behind that is because of all the chemicals in the soap. So like shampoo, body wash, laundry detergent.
What's that mean?
See all this water coming out of here, that's water that's coming from somebody's sink or washing machine or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's what makes the water like this.
So what we should do now? What are you doing now?
Basically, we're just trying to get some of it out of here so we can get like some better water flow going.
Can I help at some point?
Sure, yeah. I can fill up a bucket and you can hand it to somebody up here.
Oh, okay. Whoa, it's heavy.
Yeah.
That's too much. It's too much already. How long you been joining the team?
I've only been for a few times. This is my first time in a drain.
So how do you see the situation here?
Well, it's the biggest problem, as you've just found out, is it's not just dirt. It's plastic, it's chopsticks, it's everything mixed together, so you can't just pick it up like dirt. It's all matted together. It's so hard, it's so heavy, and it smells really bad.
Yeah, sure. So we have to get rid of it.
Yeah, and we have to start educating our youth about what not to do, what not to throw away,
Yeah.
and be thinking about all the chemicals you pour down the drain.
Yeah.
That's the big one to think about.
For months going around Hanoi for voluntary cleaning tasks, James has a lot of unforgettable experiences.
I'll go into that tunnel. I thought that somewhere there was some blockage. Maybe it was something was being blocked, and so that was restricting water flow. So I went in there, and there was cockroaches everywhere, like on the walls, like in between like the pipes, right? There's like a big pipe that you walk into, a really big one. And there's a little like section between the pipe, and that whole like section was lined with cockroaches. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, I gotta go, I gotta get out of here, right? Go. I'm like almost running out of there, like if they jump on my body, I will freak out, you know? So I had to go out and get more gear, get like a hat on and stuff. So like, you know, I felt safer. I went back in and it was okay.
Besides the sheer yuck factor, there are the dangers of cuts from obscured debris, hidden nails, or even various infections.
I stepped on a nail in the lake and it went right through the boot. So I went to the hospital and got taken care of.
He once found a number of syringes left by drug users, enough to fill up a big water bottle while cleaning up Suanding Cemetery in Tu Lim district.
So that was really dangerous. I mean, we carefully picked him up.
That is to say, waste cleanup jobs are noxious, dangerous, and even scary. So what is in it for James to do all these cleanup acts?
You see a pile of trash, you clean it, and then make something nice there. It's just this wonderful feeling, and it's hard to describe, but that's what keeps me going, is that feeling of like accomplishment that the team and I, we do something that is so meaningful, and we do it together.
Thanks to his meaningful activities to preserve the capital's environment, James Kendall was given the 2016 Bui Sun Phai Awards in the Job Prize category. The awards were launched in 2008 and named after late renowned painter Bui Sun Phai in honor of his career and aims to spread his love for Hanoi. Today, James Kendall has a chance to come to Bui Sun Phai's house and visit Phai's wife, whom he met at the awards ceremony in September.
Đây là hoa chào bà.
Vâng, cảm ơn ông, quý hóa quá.
Ba là bao nhiêu tuổi rồi ạ?
Cảm ơn anh, tôi 90.
90 à?
90 tuổi.
Và ba của con cũng vậy.
Vâng.
Nói chuyện với bà đang làm con nhớ ba của con.
Vâng.
Bên Mỹ.
Bên Mỹ.
Vâng. Lâu lắm
Chưa
con
về.
Chưa về. Lâu lắm.
Vâng. Nhớ nhà lắm.
Và con muốn hứa để làm Hà Nội xanh sạch đẹp mãi mãi.
Cảm động quá.
Vâng ạ.
Tôi cũng rất vinh dự được biết đâu anh.
Con rất yêu Việt Nam.
Vâng.
Yêu Việt Nam.
Quý hóa quá.
Vâng.
Tôi cũng ngạc nhiên. Đấy, có người ngoại quốc mà lại người Mỹ mà lại người ta lại dọn rác hộ mình. Mình thấy xúc động quá. Người ta xung quanh người ta phải ngượng chứ. Người ta phải không dám vứt rác bậy nữa.
James Kendall has been living in Vietnam since 2013. The voluntary cleanup acts and his career as an English teacher has kept James extremely busy for the whole week. He is now teaching English at Expat B Primary School in Gose District, Hanoi.
And run!
James incorporates the topics of environment and animals into his lesson for the second graders.
It is a bluebird. It
And it's now time for James to raise a simple question, but not that everyone would know the answer. What is the environment?
Environment. That's right. Yes? No, it's got 3 parts. No. No, this one. Yeah. It's the air. It's the air, land, and water. Because the children are the future, and if the children learn about the environment and learn why that they need to protect it, I think that real change can happen.
What is the environment? That is the question James has raised for the students at class. But there are many more ways to educate the children about the environment. So today, James has decided to organize an outdoor activities for the kids and talk to them about trees. So how to plant a tree and how can we help the world by planting a tree? Let's join them to find out more.
Hello, everybody. So what can you tell me about the environment? What is the environment? What is the environment? Zui.
It's our air, land, and water.
That's right. How can we protect our environment?
Walk or ride a bike when we can. We can save water, electricity, and paper.
How else can we protect our environment?
We can grow organic fruits and vegetables. Plant trees.
Why is it important to protect our environment?
Without a good environment, people will be sick, unhappy, and healthy. We will also have more natural disasters.
Good job. All right. Now, everybody want to plant some trees? Yeah! Do it. Let's do it.
Small ornamental trees, soil, water, bricks, and gloves have all been prepared by James for the students from his private English class. A new line of young trees has just been planted along Infoot Street near the West Lake. But James wants to decorate the place with more flowers and bricks, like a garden. For many kids, this is the first time they actually touch the soil and learn how fragile the young tree is. They know how important it is to plant more trees.
Con rất là thích trồng cây bởi vì con rất là yêu môi trường. Con muốn Hà Nội trở nên đẹp hơn, xanh hơn, không bị ô nhiễm môi trường.
planting a tree is already a fun project for these children. They are learning how to plant a tree and learning English with James at the same time.
Con trồng cây vui với thầy ạ. Rồi cây có giúp cho con có bóng mát và có oxy ạ. Con thích học với thầy James vì thầy cho bọn con trồng cây, dạy các con về thiên nhiên và thầy dạy con về để làm thế nào để bảo vệ thiên nhiên.
Hoạt động ngoài trời thì vô cùng là bổ ích cho trẻ nhỏ nói chung vì thông qua chơi nhưng mà lại học.
James cũng đã hướng cho học sinh về việc bảo vệ môi trường ngay từ những ngày đầu. Bản thân trước đây có thể mình cũng không để ý quá nhiều cái vấn đề đó, thế nhưng mà sau khi James làm và kết hợp với cả các học sinh làm thì bản thân phụ huynh như mình cũng có ý thức hơn trong cái vấn đề đó.
We are now at the green market held on the monthly basis here in Hanoi. I would like to call this a rendezvous for those who support the green lifestyle. So let's now join me to see how green the market is.
September's green market has a lot in store. From a big organic farmers market, a bunch of new eco-friendly vendors, to several workshops teaching how to make DIY environmentally friendly stuff for daily use. The Keep Hanoi Clean group is the major organizer of the green market. Under the theme No Plastic Bags, the green market is a project to raise awareness about environmental protection and raise funds for the group's voluntary cleaning tasks. CO2 McDonald from New Zealand has been a member of Keep Hanoi Clean for 3 months now. She's in charge of the jewelry workshop at the green market today. She introduced how to recycle plastic bottles into jewelry.
Obviously, the first goal is to reduce using plastic bottles as much as we can. However, our society is still based on them a lot. So the fact that we can reuse them, turn them into something beautiful that people can use, really, just helps give it that new lease of life and falls, as I said, into that reuse category.
Meanwhile, Keep Hanoi Clean's leader, James Kendall, is busy teaching market goers, especially children, how to make ornamental tree pots out of thrown-away coconut shell. James and the core members of the group have to work around the clock for weeks to prepare for this event.
He's really the powerhouse behind everything. She's always coming up with ideas of things to do, and he's very energetic and enigmatic about it. And he works so hard that he kind of motivates you to having to keep up with his pace of work and his ideas.
Cái niềm cảm hứng từ anh James rất là lớn rồi. Thì ai cũng sẽ đồng ý là anh ấy là một người truyền cảm hứng cho không chỉ ở những người thành viên trong nhóm mà còn cho các chính quyền cũng như là các cái bạn trong tương lai muốn tham gia vào câu lạc bộ của nhóm, hoạt động của nhóm.
Ví dụ khi mà làm công việc liên quan đến môi trường, những hoạt động liên quan đến môi trường như vậy thì ngay cả cũng khá nhiều khó khăn, nhưng mà khi mà gặp một người mà lúc nào cũng quyết tâm làm một công việc gì đó thì nó giống như một cái động lực để mình cũng quyết tâm làm theo.
Environmental protection cannot be done alone. James Kendall now has a volunteer group that's growing fast in number.
So the main idea is just to keep expanding, keep Hanoi clean, and grow our members, organize different teams to do different tasks. And in the future, I want to try to start an NGO, keep Hanoi clean, and we'll focus on education and then beautifying the city, trying to find locations we can clean up.
James Kendall is now familiar with many locals under the nickname of the foreign cleanup hobbyist. Regarding Vietnam as his second home, James just keeps up his cleanup act across the city he lives. And he has become something of a celebrity and a focus for the country's growing environmental movement.
I really don't want to be a celebrity. I don't want to be famous, and I just want what we do to be famous. I want like the team to be famous. Seeing like how we change people, how we motivate people and inspire people, and then the feeling of accomplishment. It's what motivates me, and it's what makes me keep going.
And that is the end of this episode of Expat Living. If you would like to provide feedback or comment on anything you see in our program, feel free to email to us at expatliving@vtv.vn. You can also log on to vtv4.vn or youtube.com/vtv4go. And do not forget to support us on our Facebook fan page at VTV International. Thank you very much for being with us, and goodbye for now.